Hey, it's Phil. In the System.io email marketing tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the email marketing features inside of System.io. We're going to go through how to create an email automation sequence, how to actually connect that to an opt-in funnel. We're also going to go through setting and sending newsletter blasts. And I'm also going to teach you some ChatGPT prompts if you're stuck with creating emails. So if you want the full start to finish email marketing tutorial, this is the one to watch. Make sure you watch the whole thing to get everything set up properly. And before we get started, if you haven't yet got System.io, I have got a bonus course called the System Accelerator. This is full of system tutorials as well as templates. So if you just want to speed up your system journey, make sure you grab that bonus. The link to it is down in the description. Okay, so let's get straight into it. This is my demo System.io account. Now, before you can send any emails at all inside of System.io, if you are brand new, you do need to set up a few settings. The first one is inside of the settings tab at the top right. You need to add in your own custom domain. I've integrated this one here. And then once you've integrated that, you also need to add in the domain again, once again in the emails tab, as well as your email address you want to send from. There's quite a few steps. If you haven't yet done this, I'll also link to this specific video down below. It's going to show you step by step how to set everything up. If you haven't done it before, it can kind of get overwhelming. Highly recommend watching that video. So let's get straight into the email marketing tutorial. First campaign we're going to create is an email sequence. What that basically means, if someone comes to a landing page like this, puts in their name and email, they're going to get sent a pre-made set of emails at different time intervals. And it's going to help us scale our marketing without having to do manual work. So let's come to the dashboard. At the top, we have here campaigns. Go ahead, click on campaigns. Now we want to click on create on the top right, and we want to give it a name. So I'm going to put inside here AI Playbook. I'm going to choose my sender email address for this account, which is this one here, and I'm going to click on save. Now it's going to create the campaign. So we want to go ahead and click on this. And now this is what our campaign looks like so far. There's nothing there. So let's create the first email. Go ahead at the top right, click on create. You can put in any subject for now. We can edit this in just a moment. So I'll just put subject. We've got a few options here, either the visual editor or the classic editor. Honestly, if you really must use the visual editor, you can. But however, deliverability is always higher if you use just text. So for this example, I'm going to use the classic editor and then click on save. So now this is the bare bones of our brand new email. So let's actually go ahead and start customizing it. So the first thing to do is the subject. I'm going to say inside of here is your AI playbook, right? And that's going to be the subject. And down in the body, I'm going to start writing some information, right? So I'm going to say, hey, and on the right here, we've got this pretty cool little tab which says available personalization substitutes. Now, if you copy and paste this, it's actually going to paste the red text, which looks kind of funny. So what I recommend you do is actually write this out manually. So next to P, we've got some funny looking brackets. Hold down Shift and press the first one next to P, and then type in first underscore name, and then the closing bracket on the other side, and then press comma. Now what this is going to do is automatically replace this short code with whatever they put inside of your first name field. So for example, if someone put inside here Jill, it's going to say, hey Jill. So it makes it nice and custom for that particular person. Now for this particular email, to save a bit of time, what I'm actually going to do is come back to our old friend ChatGPT. So this is the prompt here. I've said I've created a free lead magnet called the AI Playbook, which talks about simple strategies you can use with specific AI tools to get results and help 10x your marketing with minimal effort. Can you help me create 5 emails to send immediately after someone opts in for this freebie that are sent one day apart? Go ahead and hit action. And this is going to go ahead and create 5 emails that we can use. Now, the reason I'm doing this is a lot of people get email fatigue. This is just a really simple way you can get something out there. Obviously, you want to reword it to your own natural way of speaking, but this is just a really good way to start. So let's go ahead and actually start adding these emails to this campaign. So the first thing we're going to do is copy this title. Okay, so if I come back to the campaign here, we can see here's your AI playbook. I'm actually going to paste in what it recommended, and I'm also going to copy this first line in our email, paste it here as well. now it's going to say in the subject, like, hey, Jill, your AI playbook is here, which is going to be a very good opt-in for actually people opening the email and getting what you said. So now let's go ahead and copy the body. So I'm just going to take everything below hey first name. I'm just going to copy this here. Right, come back to campaign, paste it in like so, space it out just a little bit to make it look a little bit nicer, which looks pretty good. And then I'm going to sign it off as Phil. So you can see the text is quite small. I don't know if you can see it on this video very well, but we're going to go ahead and customize the way it looks a bit. So inside at the top of this toolbar, we have first of all the text. So I'm going to highlight everything, come to the text and choose Verdana. I just like the look of Verdana a little bit nicer. Then I'm going to make sure nothing is bold. I'm also going to take away this E dash because that's a classic ChatGPT thing. But it says here, here's your AI playbook, a quick start guide helping you unlock practical results with simple AI tools. We've got the link here. Inside here, you're going to learn about, and everything's inside. So it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is remove these brackets, highlight the text, and I'm going to click on this link. And in this link, this would be where your actual download link is. I'll just put my website for now and press enter, and you can see it's now highlighted. If you really want to make it stick out, you can make it bold as well. But that actually looks pretty good. On the right, we've got our sender name. If you want it to be something different, for example, your brand, you could change the name here. You will just have to do it for every single email, but it looks pretty good. Now you also have the ability to add an attachment on the right. Now I have heard of people having lower deliverability because the email is heavier. If you keep it nice and light, just for example, the simple text, then it's actually going to send really nicely. So once that's done, you can go ahead and either save and test or just save and publish. I'm going to just choose save and publish, and boom, the first email is done. Now it's going to say the activate tab will appear, and this is basically going to say when do you want this email to send. As this is our very first one in the email sequence, you just want to leave all of these settings and click activate. All right, so that is now done. You can click on exit and you can see we now have this green check, which means if someone comes into this email campaign, they are going to get sent this email. Now, because we've done quite a bit of adjustments in terms of the sizing, we've also changed the font. If you want to actually save having to do that on every single email, what we can do is at the right, we can click on these three dots and click duplicate. And what this is going to do is duplicate the text that we've added. And this is just going to save you a few extra minutes every single email. So now let's come back to our email inside of ChatGPT. We'll choose the second subject, the 10-hour-a-week shortcut, which I'm sure everyone would love. I'm going to paste in the subject here inside of email. I'm just going to copy everything once again below first name and your name. Okay, inside of campaigns, I'm just going to highlight all of the text once again below first name, above your name, paste it in, and it looks like we've already lost the customizing as well, but that's fine. We can just quickly go and choose Verdana again, and everything is here. So what I'm going to do this time is actually highlight all that text, make sure nothing is highlighted, get rid of this E dash, okay, and now I'm just going to highlight one of the Playbooks tools, and inside here, once again, I'm going to type in my link, so funnelscene.com, and click on the check. That is done, and we will make it bold one more time. Okay, and that's our second email completed. So I'm just going to go ahead and click save and publish. This time, however, when we go to activate this email, we're not going to just leave it as it is. We're going to go delay before sending email. We're going to choose days, and then we're going to choose 1, which means it's going to send 1 day exactly after the last email, and then we have to choose the email to send after. And the easiest way to do this is click on this drop down. It's always going to be the very last email inside of this list. So we'll choose that one, click activate, and now this email is going to be sent 1 day exactly after the previous email. So if we click on exit, you can see we now have a 1 day delay from this email here. So we've already got 2 emails down inside of our email sequence. And honestly, just rinse and repeat this exact process. It doesn't take long. You can create an extremely long email campaign very quickly. So I'll just do one more to show you how it works. 3 dots. I'll click on duplicate, click on confirm. Okay, in email sequence in ChatGPT, I'm just going to copy these, the subject one more time, paste it in. Okay, email sequence. Now everything below first name, everything above your name, once again, right? Inside campaigns, the same again, below first name, above your last name, right? And we are losing the formatting, which usually doesn't happen, but that's fine. And then we'll just lay it all out a little bit nicer, then highlight all of the text, change it to Verdana, right? And that's looking pretty good. And we just want to highlight some of the text and make people want to click on it. So your playbook shows, and I'll highlight that text, click on the link, put in your actual link like this, click on the check, click on the check, like so. And you can also add in your download here if you want as well. Okay, highlight this text one more time, make it bold, and boom, we are done. So save and publish. This time, once again, it should be on default 1 day, but choose the bottom email. Okay, that's always the last email that's being sent, and click activate, right? Click on exit, and boom, you should have 1 day delay between all of them. So just to recap, this will get sent immediately. This one will be 1 day later, and this one will be 1 day later than the previous email. So we've got 2 days, basically 2 or 3 days worth of emails being sent out. So that's perfect. Now, to make this entire campaign actually work, you need to connect it to a lead form. So how do we do that? Let's come back to sites. Let's go to sales funnels. Once again, I created a full tutorial on this. If you want to check it out, I'll link to it down below. Go into the funnel, go make sure you're in the opt-in page, as you can see here. If you're not in an opt-in page, it's not necessarily going to work. Under automation rules, we have this funnel step form subscribed, right? I always recommend you tag someone who comes through a lead form so you can actually send specific emails to that person. And I'll show you why when we create a newsletter next. But what we want to do is action, click this plus and go subscribe to a campaign. Choose the campaign, which is going to be AI Playbook, click Save Rule, and boom, everything is good to go. Now, if someone actually comes to this particular form, they put in their name and email, they're going to get sent 3 emails over 3 days. So that is how you create an automated email sequence inside of System.io. Now let's actually talk about sending newsletters. Some people call it live mails, whatever you want to call it. It's basically sending out an email right now to a specific type of person. And if you went through the previous step, we talked about adding a tag. This is where it's really important to have tags because you can segment what you're actually sending to specific people. So what we're going to do at the top is come to emails. Now we're going to click on newsletters, and now we're going to click create. And just like before, it gives us the same sort of experience as the email sequence builder. So I'm just going to put at the top subject. We can change this later, and I'm going to choose classic editor once again. Click on save. Right, and then we're going to choose our new newsletter we've just created. And in the back, now we can fill out all of the information. Now, I've already gone ahead and actually come to ChatGPT to save some time, of course. And I wrote, I've just created an AI Playbook Pro, which now has downloadable templates to save a lot of time when setting up automation with AI. It's going to be for sale for $17 for the next 48 hours, and then it's going to be $27 after that. Can you help me create a newsletter blast email so I can send to my audience? And it basically gave me what I should use. So what I'm going to do is copy one of these subject lines, right? And I'm going to come back to the newsletter tab inside a system. I'm going to paste in the subject like so. Then down in the actual description, this time I'm going to copy all of it. Okay, so I'm going to copy the entire email body. Inside of newsletters, I'm going to paste this in here. So we're going to quickly just do a little bit of formatting just to make it look a little bit prettier, like so. Okay. I'm going to replace your name with my name. And then at the top, I'm going to change this first name variable because ChatGPT has given us the wrong code. So make sure you don't use this one. Go ahead, put in that funny looking bracket one more time. Type in first_name. And you can once again come to the personalization variables if you need to re-see it on the right. Okay, so first name, closing bracket, and that's looking pretty good. Now, Just because I want to maintain the same look as I always have in my emails, I'm going to highlight all of the text, choose Verdana one more time. Looks like it's all bold for some reason, so I'll make sure it's not. And now we can actually start editing it to make sure it sounds like us. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but what we can do now is choose the text that we want to actually have as the call to action inside of this email. So mine's get the AI Playbook Pro now. So I'm going to highlight that text, click on the little link, and I'm going to type in a website once again. So let's just say it's AI Playbook Pro. Okay, click on the check, right? And that link has been added. So I'm just going to highlight it, make it bold one more time. And now it's looking pretty good. So what I recommend doing now before you go and test it is actually on the right, we have here contact settings. So if you don't add anything inside of here, I think it's going to actually send to everyone. But what we want to do is segment who we send the particular email to. You've got a few options. You can either choose to include tags. So for example, we talked about inside of this funnel, we added the AI Playbook tag. So this is specifically sending this email to all of those people. Now, if I sent this to everyone in my entire list, they could be there for different reasons. They might be like, what is AI Playbook all about? So this is why it's important to segment where your people come from. So we can choose the AI Playbook. Now this is only going to send this particular email to all of those people. Now the same thing, once again, if people have already purchased the book and they've actually got like an AI Playbook Pro tag, we don't want to send this email to them because they've already got it. So we can actually exclude the same thing here. So there's many ways you can do it. You can also only send emails to people who have registered, let's just say in the last 90 days, if you only want to target new people. But that's basically how we segment how the emails are going to be sent. Once again, if you just want to send it to everyone, you can just click basically select all, and that's going to add all of the tags. So once we've done that, we can go ahead and actually test out what it's going to look like by click save and test. It's going to say, what email do you want to send it to? This is going to be the email you're verified. So click confirm. Okay. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and actually see what this looks like. All right. So the test email has come through. As you can see, it looks just like it's supposed to. The name replacement won't actually be live on the test email, but just note if it's got the funny looking brackets, it's going to be right. And just make sure basically the link you are sending people to is correct. Once you've done that, it's basically good to go. So let's go ahead now and go save and schedule. If you want to send it immediately, you can just click save and send. If you want to schedule it for later, you can click save and schedule. So now it's going to give you an option when you want to send it. Just click on the little calendar. It's going to give you a nice looking calendar view here with the times. Let's just say I wanted to send it tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Just select that, click on apply, click save and schedule, and boom, that newsletter is good to go. If I click exit now, you can see its status. It's currently set up to be scheduled to send at this particular date at this particular time. So you still got a bit of time to edit it if you want, but that's how you do it. Now, the cool thing about scheduling as well, let's just say that I was only having a 48-hour launch. I could actually send an email 12 hours before the savings was done, before the launch was finished, just reminding people about this. And this is what's going to really help with conversions, with selling your own digital products, or even for affiliate promotions for platforms or software you are a part of as well. But that's basically it. We have gone through how to create email campaigns, how to actually integrate it with your sales funnels or lead generation funnels, how to actually send a newsletter swipe. Plus, we've also used ChatGPT to help get some email content ideas. But that is it. That is Systeme.io email marketing tutorial. We have now completed all of the parts. If you have any questions or if you're stuck, let me know down in the comments and I'll help you out. But that's it for this video. Once again, I got my full Systeme Accelerator course for referrals of Systeme. Make sure you join using that link in the description. But that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.